Well, hello guys, welcome back. I haven't been making as many videos lately because I've just been going through a lot. It's a blessing to get a lot of gods at once, but at the same time it's hard. And I was going through a thing of, do the gods really exist? Am I just crazy? I don't care how much faith you have, you can just go through periods of turmoil. And I thought I sensed a goddess today, and I'm like, no, 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 because it seemed like the other ones that came through, like Lou that came through, just like breezed through. It seems like Billy's is going to stay for a while at least. And when she came, I had a memory, and I thought, I'm completely nuts. I need to go get medication because I had this memory of being a wee little girl and being in class, and my classmates hated me because I was special needs, and they were cruel. Kids are little shits, which is probably why I don't like them today. And we were studying about the gods and goddesses, and I remembered this, that the only one that would like stand with me, because like these kids are being straight up nasty and they all claim the nice gods for themselves, the one that would stay with me was Eris. And it just, I remember that, and I'm like, I'm going nuts. And I looked up, I'm like, well, does she have modern worship? And maybe this is just some kind of memory popping up and it means nothing. And a lot of her modern worship, people do it as a joke, kind of like a lot of people are Luciferians, ha ha ha, but they don't believe in Lucifer. And it's like, okay, that's your lookout, but I guess, I'm going nuts. I'm gonna have to go get counseling. And I said a prayer to Eris. I said, if you're here, if you're really here, please, let me know in a nice way. Because she is a goddess of chaos and she goes to war with her brother Eris all the time. By his side, it's like cool. They're like the best twins ever. Well, maybe not twins, but they're like the best kids ever together. And I went and I got my bath, and I'm like saying my prayers to her and that, and I'm like, I have to stop. I have to like go sanitarium or something. And I come out and I go to look her up, and I came across this video of, it was in an article by this mother, and her daughter was special needs, and I'm gonna cry, I'm sorry. And the mother didn't get the message because obviously her mother's not pagan, but her daughter had been assigned to Eris. And I think maybe the teacher is smarter than she knew, because Eris is like the outsider, and she's the one no one ever liked, and she's the one like the Greeks only have mean things to say about. And the girl was judging her daughter for not being pretty enough, and not being clear spoken enough. And then she realized that she couldn't hear any of them because it was like all these kids doing all their presentations all at once, so it was pure chaos. And it was just like Eris was saying, I chose you when you were little. I chose to protect you. And I choose to protect you now because I had the same problems. I couldn't speak. I had to get like a language teacher so I could learn to speak English. And because you'll notice if I'm tired, I will slur or I'll stutter, and I'll still do it to this day, though I'm usually pretty good. And with everything else, I had to have special teachers, and at a time I was treated like an outcast and a freak, Eris was there for me. And it just, when she came today and she showed up, it brought a lot back, but a lot of good back. And it's like, oh, my sister's home. Because she was always like an older sister to me, and she always loved me, and she always took care of me. And I remember, when I tried to be a good little Catholic and we had to part ways, but, it's not like she ever left me. She did not leave me. I stopped working with her as a little girl because, you're told as a Catholic you're not allowed to have these gods and goddesses, but she always cared about me. Yeah, she's a chaos goddess, but, she's also very loving. She picks those that she sees have it as bad as she had it with, the Greek people telling stories about her. She doesn't give me the impression of having anything against any of the other gods or anything, or the other gods treating her poorly. Greek people, no offense if you're Greek, they kind of like to make up nasty stories about their gods. They kind of didn't always treat their gods with the respect we would today. And you know what I mean. It's like, I'm not like trying to sit here and sound superior and judge them, but that's pretty cruel to say a goddess was ugly and nobody liked her and she was horrible. The gifts she gives us, we need. They're not evil gifts. We need war. We need discord at times. We need, chaos in our lives. You can't have everything to status quo. You need to lose things sometimes. Bad stuff has to happen to us sometimes so we can grow. It was not happy to cry so much when she came back, but it was happy tears, but it was like, just like, I love all my gods, but with Eris, you get this overwhelming sense of unconditional love, of I don't care what they think of you, I love you the way you are, and I started to bawl. And then Loki and Segan were losing it, because Loki and Segan are like, everybody says it when we met, and then we're like all losing it, so, yeah, and I'm crying now. But she's very loving, and she's very kind, and she's very, she's up to working with anyone, and I did not get a sense that she takes like a modern worship or lack thereof in, Discordianism and that as an insult. I mean, she's Eris, so she took it as an insult. She'd do something about it, but it was just, I felt lucky that she came back, because I struggle with the depression and everything, and I was just having like a bad day today, and she showed up, and then we're all like crying happy tears, because that can happen. People that don't have depression don't understand. Like, I had a great day. I got money in the bank. I found out I got my tax return. I bought food. Everything's going great. I should be so super happy. And then that's when the depression will walk up and, grab you and throw you across the room. Depression waits until you're super happy is when depression waits for, at least in my experience. So, she came and she took care of me and she loved me and she's like, I love you no matter what. You know that, right? So it's good to have her back. She's a sweetheart, and, she's more than welcome home. I don't like the idea of any god or goddess being alone, and, because I knew what that was like growing up. So I don't like the idea of them being alone or being unloved or not being worshipped. I'm not saying go out and worship her, but, it wouldn't be a bad thing if you did work with her. She's very loving and sweet and kind. She's not like they make her sound. She's a total sweetheart. So is Eris. They're like both very kind and loving. I don't know. It's like the Greek people, no insult meant, but it's like they never worked with their gods at all. It's like they came up with the nastiest stuff to say about their gods. But, I'm trying not to sound judgmental, but, that always bothered me, though. It was like, if you're gonna make nasty stuff up about your gods, then you deserve what the gods give you. So it's good to have her back. I do love her very deeply. She's like a sister to me, and it was something I had remembered, and, she gave me a sign. And I do try to, like, just go like most of us do on faith, but it was just like, I thought I was completely losing it. And I always tell you guys, if you're not sure, it's okay to ask for a sign. They won't mind if it's legitimate, because there's a difference between I'm scared and I don't know what's going on and asking for help, and, making them perform party tricks, and they know the difference. So, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. But I'm just super happy she's here. Loki is like blissed out because he has Feli's in here. Lou came in and was here for like 30 seconds, kind of like looked around, made himself at home, and then poof, gone. And, maybe come tomorrow morning, Eris might be on the road again, but it was good to see her again. So I figured I'd share. So see you guys later. Bye-bye.